Imagine a world where machines can think and make decisions like humans. Imagine a world where we can't live without internet. Imagine a world where works are done by robots. Imagine a world where driving is done by robots, job is done by robots, even robots are capable to handle a world war? Is it helpful or harmful? Artificial intelligence has come a long way, but are we prepared for its dark side? AI is teaching the machine, and the machine becoming smart. Each time we create a more powerful technology, we create a bigger lever for changing the world. It's an extraordinary time, one of unprecedented change and possibility. To help us understand what's happening, this series will look at innovators pushing the boundaries of AI, and how their groundbreaking work is profoundly impacting our lives. In the short term, artificial intelligence will open up whole new vistas. It'll make life more convenient, things will be cheaper, new industries will be created. I personally think the AI industry will be bigger than the automobile industry. In fact, I think the automobile is going to become a robot. You'll talk to your car. You'll argue with your car. Your car will give you the best facts, the best route between point A and point B. Car will be part of the robotics industry, whole new industries involving the repair, maintenance, servicing of robots. Not to mention, robots that are software programs that you talk to and make life more convenient. However, let's not be naive. There is a point, a tipping point, at which they could become dangerous and pose an existential threat. And that tipping point is self-awareness. Artificial intelligence has become a key behind-the-scenes component of many aspects of our day-to-day lives, from the virtual personal assistants such as Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant to the suggestions from your favorite music and TV subscription services. The promise of AI has lured many into attempting to harness it for social benefit.
In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person, and cannot yet do these things.
But there are also concerns about its potential misuse. It is already an important consideration when programmers create AI systems with specific functions such as self-driving cars. Today, the so-called narrow AI that are designed to do one specific task are not capable of acting independently. They are designed with the sole purpose of enabling humans to complete their task more efficiently. Dr. Stuart Russell is one of AI's true pioneers, and has been at the forefront of the field for decades. According to Russell, while these applications and expected developments in AI are enormously exciting, others, such as the development of autonomous weapons and the replacement of humans in economic roles, may be deeply troubling. I first became interested in AI because AI is a very fruitful place to create in. It's a new tool for us. I dream and make my dreams reality, whether the dream is a song or the dream is an avatar of myself. One time, a friend was like, "Well, you can't clone yourself. You can't be in two places at once. That's the promise of the avatar." I left it over there. Alright, here we go. Everything in excess is dangerous. The current AI technology is more likely to create substantial negative social outcomes rather than fulfilling its promised benefits. The danger with the future of AI is the general AI that can perform many different tasks very well, a computer mind that improves, learns, and thinks like a human, or even exceed the level of human intelligence. A hypothetical scenario where AI becomes the dominant form of intelligence on Earth, with computer or robots effectively taking the control of the planet away from the human species, has become a significant point of controversy in the public imagination. The worry from the possibility that machines may become smarter across the board, that they will develop general-purpose capabilities. The possible risks from building systems that are more intelligent than us are not immediate, but the need to start thinking about how to keep those systems under control and to make sure that the behaviors they produce, the decisions they make, are beneficial to us. We need to start doing that research now. But in the history of nuclear physics, there was a very famous occasion when the leading nuclear physicist Ernest Rutherford said that extracting energy from atoms was impossible and would always remain impossible. The next day, Leo Szilard invented the nuclear chain reaction and within a few months designed the first nuclear bomb. So sometimes it can go from never and impossible to happening in less than 24 hours. And just to give you an analogy, if someone said, well, you know, a giant asteroid is going to crash into the Earth in 75 years' time, time. Would we say, oh let's tell me come back in 70 years and we'll start thinking about it, and oh, we don't know how to destroy the asteroid, and so we would start working on it now to make sure that when the asteroid arrives we have the technology we need to keep the human race going. So, I think the analogy can be made to the possibility of superhuman AI. Unlike humans, many systems with ACE are unable to understand the consequences of their actions. So the relevant question is what level of control should be given to them, or whether they at all should be permitted to act autonomously in certain situations? In view of the recent warnings from researchers and entrepreneurs that artificial intelligence may become too smart, major players in the technology field are thinking about preserving human control. One such method is the development of an AI kill switch. This would be a technology that prevents AI systems from taking control of their own destiny. The concept of an AI kill switch has already been put forward by many prominent experts in the field of artificial intelligence. It was first raised by AI experts in 2013 when DeepMind technology demonstrated the ability of their computer program AlphaGo to beat one of the world's best Go players. Deep learning algorithms draw powerful insights from quantities of data typically beyond human comprehension. But what if machines become so superior in intelligence that humans lose control? One of the things I think is a possibility in the not-too-distant future. We've already seen a lot of progress on brain-machine interfaces that allow, for example, someone who's completely paralyzed to control a robot arm to pick up a cup of coffee and have a drink, and that's done by direct connection of electrodes into neural tissue. And the amazing thing about that is that we don't understand the signals that the brain uses to control its effectors, right? Its arms and legs and so on. Basically, we leave it up to the brain to figure out what signals need to be sent to this robot arm to have it do what it does. It's not a conscious process, but with a relatively small amount of training. A monkey or a human brain, I don't want to say the monkey or the human because the human doesn't know what's going on. Sometimes the brain is the one that figures out what signals need to be sent to this electrical system to get the robot arm to do what it wants. Just from common sense, if you're a gorilla, are you happy that the human race came along and they're more intelligent than us? How are the gorillas doing right now? Probably not too well. So there's a common sense idea that having things smarter than you could potentially be a risk. The particular risk of having systems smarter than you comes from the fact that when you give a very, very intelligent system an objective, and let's hope we give them objectives. Let's not leave it up to them to decide what they want to do. Let's make sure that they follow the objectives that we give them. The difficulty is, and we don't know how to specify objectives very well, and when you give an objective to a machine that's much more intelligent than you are, it's going to carry it out. It's not going to want to be turned off, because if you turn it off, it can't achieve the objective you gave it. So you're essentially setting up a chess match between the human race and machine that are more intelligent than us, and we know what happens when we play chess against machines. An AI kill switch is a mechanism for restricting machine intelligence by which humans who remain in control can intervene to override the decision-making process. Existing weak AI systems can be monitored and easily shut down and modified if they misbehave. However, a misprogrammed superintelligence, which by definition is smarter than humans in solving practical problems that he encounters in the course of pursuing its goals, would realize that allowing itself to be shut down and modified might interfere with its ability to accomplish its current goals. If the superintelligence therefore decides to resist shutdown and modification, it would be smart enough to outwit its human operators and other efforts to shut it down. Russell postulates that it might be wise to build oracles as precursors to a superintelligent AI. An oracle is a hypothetical AI designed to answer questions. It's not the result of our long teeth or our big scary closets from our intelligence. So if AI, as seems to be happening, can amplify our intelligence, can provide tools that make us in effect much more intelligent than we have been, then we could be talking about a golden age for humanity, with possibly the elimination of disease, poverty, solving the climate change problem, while all being facilitated by the use of this technology. So I am extremely optimistic that the upside is very great. And that's the reason why we need to make sure that the downside doesn't occur. Many people who truly understand the power and dangers of artificial intelligence have called it the last invention we'll ever make, the last challenge we'll ever face. Because when the time comes, if we do get it wrong and we do lose control, there will be a final challenge, a final war, a war against software, a war that we cannot win. Because the AI will be so many millions times more intelligent than the entire human race. So whatever plan we come up with, whatever we try to do to regain power and destroy the AI will have already thought of well in advance. It would be like ants attempting to wage a war on humans. except many thousands of times harder. From our perspective, as a species, we feel like we are supremely intelligent, compared to our more primitive animal cousins. But in reality, humans are only fractionally more intelligent than, say, an ape. But that tiny fraction of increased intelligence has allowed us to develop tools, language, and thus civilization. If we were to plot the intelligence of every animal on planet Earth on a graph from 1 to 1,000, if mice are at 1, then chimpanzees would be at 4 and dolphins at 8, then that would place humans at a grand total of 10. Whereas a super-intelligent AI would easily be at 1,000, and likely many times higher. Our brains are the most complex organism we have discovered in the entire universe, but, as marvelous as they are, at the end of the day, limited. They are confined within our skulls, with only limited room for neurons. An AI would have no such limits. Our computing power isn't yet fast enough, but when the time comes in the very near future, and it will due to exponential growth, when computer processors are many thousands of times more powerful than they are today, AIs will have access to as much computer processing power as they desire. As we wrap up this video, it's clear that while AI has immense potential, it also poses significant dangers in the future. From ethical concerns to loss of human control, lack of accountability and regulation, privacy and security issues, biases and prejudices, weaponization of AI, and more, the potential risks are real and need to be carefully addressed. It's crucial for policymakers, technologists, and society as a whole to come together and establish responsible governance, regulation, and ethical frameworks to mitigate these risks and ensure the safe and beneficial development and use of AI technology.